Back on the Marching to Madness College Basketball Podcast with the Toledo Rockets head coach, Tod Kowalczyk. He joins Marching to Madness as his Rockets are currently in a three-way tie for first place in the MAC with Kent State and Akron. Coach has 249 career wins at Toledo. His total career overall is 385. Coach, thanks a lot for coming back on with me.
Oh, I appreciate the opportunity anytime.
Your team is very exciting to watch. We know that. They're number 3 in college basketball in scoring at 85.2 points per game. They shoot 38.5% from three. With that renowned offense, talk about some other points, though, that have allowed your Rockets to reel off 8 wins in a row. It's the third season Toledo has won at least 8 in a row.
I think it starts with our defense. I think there was a couple of games really happy with how we were defending. Once we did a better job with our communication and being connected, I think our win total started to increase. And we've always been a very successful offensive program. We like to recruit talented, skilled guys. So offense, I think, kind of seems a little bit easier for these guys here than maybe some other places. But defensively, that's where we really have been zeroed in on and trying to just be more consistent. And we found our niche, and now we got to maintain it, even get better.
I was going to ask you about your offensive strategy and how, with a shooting prowess at 49%, how do you attack?
Well, we get out in transition. If we get a stop, a steal, or a rebound, we are going to get out and try to space the floor the best we can, set a ball screen, and just play and just have some fun and move the ball. If we don't have transitions, we typically run a lot of sets. I think if you are in opposition and you have to play against us and scout us, we're very difficult to prepare for. We run a lot of sets. I'm a big fan of NBA basketball. I watch a lot of NBA stuff. Steal a lot of things. Try to be creative and trying to get our best players in a position on the floor where they feel more.
Your program utilizes a scoring conscience, like we say. It's one of the top teams in valuing the basketball, though, at only 10 turnovers per contest.
Well, I think if you look at the teams that score a lot of points, oftentimes they're play a little bit faster, a little more possessions, a little bit more risk, and because of the faster pace, they probably turn the ball over more. That's not the case. That's not the case with us. We're a team that consistently has taken care of the basketball. I think in conference play, we're at 8.5. On the season, we're at 10, which is, top 10 in the country of taking care of the basketball. And it's just something that we coach, preach, teach, and emphasize every day to value it. And our beat writer, Ryan Rowland, found this fact that, we're third in the country in scoring, but we're only 33rd in tempo. So it's not that we're playing the fastest. It's just that we're more efficient, probably. And the other teams that are top 10 in the country in turnovers, nobody's in the top 150 in pace of play or in tempo. So more times than not, the team that take care of are teams like Wisconsin or Virginia that play less possessions. They play a little bit slower.
You have a really talented group of players, 4 average double figures. Ray J. Dennis is at the top, around 19 points per game. He not only leads you in scoring, though, but he is an assist leader as well as a solid rebounder. I did the math here. He finds about 25% of your field goal attempts.
Not surprised. I didn't know that number, but I'm not surprised. I think he's 8th in the country in assists. Ray J's a special player. He's so gifted offensively. Such a smart player, but somebody that I want to hire on my staff when he's done playing someday. So whatever that may be, but he's special. He sees the floor. He's got great pace to him. Plays both ends of the floor. He's a very good player.
He also has a 3.1 to 1 assist to turnover ratio.
Well, he understands from a coach's point of view. You got to move the ball, get assisted baskets, and not turn it over, and he's exceptional at that.
JT Shoemate and Cedric Milner are your second and third leading scorers. Now, both are 6'7" and are listed on the rosters as posts. Both are solid three-point threats around 40% per game. Do you have any 4-out or 5-out opportunities inside
Yeah.
your offense?
Well, there, we are a team that, we post quite a bit, but we may not post our bigs, and our bigs are not centers. Both JT and Seth are forwards, and skilled forwards at that, and that's what makes it hard to defend. That you have to defend all five guys. I think sometimes when you play against a team that they have one or two bigs that can't shoot, well, now there's no space because people don't go out and guard them. We like playing against teams like that because we won't go out and guard them. Now all of a sudden they're a really good guard. Has a lot. He's not comfortable because he doesn't have the space that he needs.
The Rockets also have Dante Maddox at 43.8% from the 3-point line. How has he brought his shooting percentages forward since he transferred over from Cal State Fullerton?
I think with him, it's just we want him to shoot. We built his confidence and want him to shoot as many threes as possible. Our skill development program has really helped him here, which he probably didn't get as much attention because of the facility and stuff like that at Cal State Fullerton. But he clearly is a guy that has a bright future. He's only a sophomore. He's got 2 more years after this. Defensively, he's really good on the ball. He's much better than he was earlier in the season off the ball. He's really improved. He's our most improved player from the start of the season to now.
What types of things do you have that let players placate their shots?
Well, first of all, we like to recruit guys that can really shoot the ball, and we evaluate that in the recruiting process. I don't like to recruit non-shooters. I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to say it with my manhood. I'm an offensive-minded coach. I mean, sometimes coaches get they're macho with it. So I'm defense first. Hey, that's great. I'm an offensive guy. I admit it. I enjoy that side of the ball, and I like to recruit skilled guys that are offensive-minded as well. Now we make them into good defenders. Don't get me wrong, but clearly, over time, our system has proven to be very, very successful and at both ends of the floor right now.
Raheem Moss is an underrated player, I think, as he is your second leader in assists behind Dennis, and he's a solid defender with what is a team leading 1.6 steals as of now.
He was a football linebacker, was recruited at a high level as a football linebacker, and he's got that dog mentality. I can't say enough. He's got that element of toughness. At times can cross the line, but I'm okay with that. I think our program needed that. But he's a defense first guy. He always guards the best player in the opposition and takes pride in it. And offensively, he's an extremely smart player. He sees things. His shooting has become much better. He doesn't take bad shots. I can't say enough. I love the guy. I love coaching him. I love his energy. And he may not be the fan favorite when we go on the road, but that's okay. He's a fan favorite here.
As a football player, how do you see skills in football translate to the basketball court?
I think the biggest thing is accepting and creating contact. Football players have seemed to like doing that a little more than non-football guys. And I've always been a fan of, hey, if the guy wants to play high school football, let him play. And those guys, it can only help them in basketball. And maybe not all positions or all body types, but I think high school football is awesome. I'm a big football fan myself, and the fact that he played football clearly has helped his basketball.
The MAC is obviously a competitive basketball conference. You're in, you're out. How you've seen it change as you've been the coach at Toledo, and then this year, every night it's a challenge.
Yeah, we have seen some change. When I first got here in 2010, the MAC was not ranked very high. And it was because the bottom teams like Toledo at the time and Eastern Michigan at the time weren't very good. Then we went and saw probably maybe the greatest stretch in MAC history, maybe not with pros, but when you look at the net ranking and RPI ranking, those numbers don't lie. And we probably had the best in history from like that 2013 to 2017, 18 mark, where the league was consistently 9, 10, 11, maybe in a bad year, 12. out of 30, 33, 34 leagues. Lately, that's
Mm.
dipped down, and I think because you've seen some programs go for downturn. But this year, the new coaches have gotten look at what Northern Illinois is doing. He's doing a great job there, and Western Michigan's turning things around. Eastern Michigan is turning things around. I think Miami is going to be very good in the future. So I think our bottom teams have all gotten better, and that's how our league is getting better. I think the top of the league has always been really good. Right now, you got 4 teams at the top that can change yet, but you certainly have Akron, Kent, Ball State, and Toledo. Those 4 teams right now are the 4 best. Doesn't mean it's going to end the season that way, but I think our bottom teams have all gotten better, and with that, the league is better, and hopefully even gets if we can get some ads within our league to support men's basketball more and give it more financial assistance. That's not happening in every place. There needs to be more support from the athletic room, the athletic directors, table to increase funding in men's basketball for us to increase, and also increase our scheduling, because some of these teams are not scheduled appropriately. We shouldn't have 3, 4 non-division ones on your schedule and then going and playing 4 or 5 bye games and walking into conference play with 1 Division I league. That's not helping anybody. And there's some athletic directors that are doing that right now. That needs to change. If they all want this league to get better, and everybody talks about a 2-bid league, we're a 1-bid league and always have been. Doesn't mean that can't change. It can change with some more commitment.
There's been rumors that the NCAA might add to the number of teams in March Madness. How would you feel about that? Is it as simple as if you have 2 teams, one wins the regular season, the other wins a tournament, shouldn't they both be going to the NCAA tournament?
I would be a fan of that. I'm not sure that would work with every league. You've got some leagues that are really bad, bottom of college basketball, and you really want to reward those teams. I'm not sure that's a healthy thing, but I'm obviously a mid-major coach. My whole career, I've been a mid-major coach. It's our jobs are much harder than they are in the Big Ten. Let's face it. In the Big Ten, all you got to do is finish 7th or 8th. That's it. And, 7th or 8th for us, or 9th right now in the Big Ten. You finish 9th in the Mid-American Conference, you're not even going to Cleveland. But you finish 9th in the Big Ten, and you're getting rewarded by going to the NCAA tournament. It drives me crazy when I see Power 5 or Power 6 teams that don't even have a 500 record be rewarded. And then you have a team that, like us, for example, had a heck of a season last year. And you know what? We didn't play well in the first half against Akron. That's on us. We got beat by a good team on a neutral site, but that's on us. But hey, it's a devastating thing when our guys, if that happens to Purdue, for example, this year, they get more rest and they're still going to be number 1 seed. It doesn't impact them at all. But at our level, it impacts everything.
Coach Tod Kowalczyk, ladies and gentlemen, the Toledo Rockets, the MAC conference is certainly well worth watching. We love following it and studying about it. Coach, I wish you the best of luck, your team this year, and I wish the MAC luck as well.
I appreciate that. And hey, you can call anytime. I'd be happy to join you anytime.
Thanks, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you.